Happy holidays, everyone. Tover back and reporting for duty on Battlefield 3. Now, you can tell on the little icon on the bottom left hand, I'm part of GameGuides.com. Alright, so this time around, I'm going to show you the Beretta M9 Tactical Pistol. Give you, in the end, a few multiplayer gameplay tips that worked for me in the game, or actually in multiplayer. Now, like in my previous 1911 Tactical Pistol video, I need to express some facts about the M9. The Beretta M9 is of course made by Beretta, which is an Italian firearms manufacturer. The Beretta fires a 9mm parabellum pistol round. For those who prefer, American units of length, 9mm equals about 0.354 of an inch, or .354 caliber. The M9 can house 16 rounds in total, 15 rounds in a magazine, and 1 in a chamber. And as for history, you can research it on the web, or do my favorite, which is watch Hickok 45, and they'll tell you all about it. Now, when using the M9 in Battlefield 3, it takes about 4 well-placed shots to take down an opponent. 3 if one of them is in the head. Now, there's 3 M9 models to choose from in the game. There's this one, which I'm using, which has a tactical light that can be turned on and off. The second one has a sound suppressor attached, and the third one is a regular stock M9 with no modifications at all. Now, as for recoil or kickback, I'd say it's comparable to the 1911. As for my opinion on comparing the M9 with the 1911, I can't strongly say to choose Beretta over Colt. To me, both pistols are equally matched, and it really depends on who's shooting it. Even though the M9 has a higher magazine capacity, the 1911 shoots hard and will take down a bad guy with less rounds. In the end, I favor both pistols, and at times will change my sidearm layout to either one. And again, it really, depends on who's shooting it. And, right now I'm actually almost there, achieving my first service arm for the M9. Now for, multiplayer gameplay tips. I bet everyone on Battlefield 3 has watched a video on YouTube about how to play better. I'm one of them. But some of those videos, they forgot to mention on, a few key aspects of winning the game. And I'll tell you a few tips. Tip number 1. Take the path of least resistance. Strike at what is weak and avoid what is strong. Now, for example, in conquest maps like this map, Operation Metro, or Sinai Crossing, or Card Island, Gulf of Oman, Strike a Karkin. If you know that the enemy is in an area, avoid them. Take the path of least resistance. Avoid the enemy, and go behind them and strike at what is weak. For example, get one of the flags behind them. This will, confuse them, like, hey, there's bad guys behind us, they've taken a flag, shit, we gotta get it back. Again, strike at what is weak, avoid what is strong. Tip number 2 is to communicate to your team and to your squad. As a squad leader, if you're a squad leader for your squad, you can, there's a special button, like on for PC, Q button, hold over a flag and tell them, attack this position, and, that's communicating. That's one way of communicating. For PC users, I don't know about for Xbox or PS3 users. I know for PC users, type to your team, type to your squad, tell them, like, hey, attack this objective, we need to get this objective. Or, tell them, like, hey, I'm at, let's say you're by yourself and you're at flag B or C, and the enemy is, not next to you, but, still present. Communicate to them, to tell them to spawn on you. It's best to communicate to your enemy, to your team at all costs. Another example is, if you find if you see a tank passing by, an enemy tank passing by, instead of, spotting it, tell your team, do spot it, of course, but also tell your team that a enemy tank is on his way. That's one of them. And my last tip, I can't really tell you all the tips or, advice in the game because, that's kind of like revealing your secrets. But tip number 3 is that if you're outnumbered, and I mean if you're outnumbered, let's say 4, 5, 6 to 1, don't engage the enemy, don't engage the bad guys, avoid them at all cost. It kind of goes back into tip number 1, you know, strike at what is weak and avoid what is strong. Avoid them at all costs, and of course hide. As you see in this video right now, you know, I was hiding. You know, you have to hide. You have to, if you want to win, avoid them. I know for all of you, Battlefield 3 players, you like to oh, let's get into action, I'm gonna shoot some bad guys. Well, most likely those bad guys, they're gonna be like maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, and it's only you and maybe 2 others. If you're like, what, 7 out of 3? You're outnumbered right there. You will most likely die. So, again, tip number 3, when outnumbered, don't engage the enemy, avoid them out at all cost. Alright, those are my tips and overview of the Beretta M9. As you can tell, we lost this game terribly. But follow my tips, and I can't say on the between Beretta M9 over the Colt 1911. It really depends on you. You know, I favor each. You know, I favor either of them. And follow my tips, and you'll most likely win. And as you can tell, we lost. And yeah. Enjoy your holidays, everyone. Don't forget to comment and subscribe to my channel. Really appreciate it, and join me next time. Thanks for watching.